a new parent, you hear all sorts of things about what to do and what not to do with your newborn, and SIDS is a word that is tossed around often and maybe kind of misunderstood oftentimes. So we're going to talk today with Marta Pirzadeh, who's with the North Carolina Healthy Start Foundation. Explain to us in layman's terms, what is SIDS?
SIDS is, as many people know, stands for sudden infant death syndrome, which doesn't mean a lot to people. What it really is an unexplained, unexpected death of an infant who is otherwise healthy, under 1 year of age, put to sleep, parents go back in to wake the baby up, and the baby has passed away. That's what SIDS is. It's unexplained and unexpected death of an infant.
We don't know why it happens, but we do know that there are certain things to do that can decrease the risk. You can't prevent it. That's a very important point to make here, I understand.
That's right.
But what are some things that people can do to greatly reduce the risk of their child dying of SIDS?
Sure. There are several risk factors that really can increase the risk of SIDS, and so by not doing those things, obviously, we can reduce the risk. The number one thing that parents can do to reduce the risk of SIDS is put their baby on their back to sleep every time they go to sleep, whether it's nap time or bedtime, for the first year of life. Obviously, after several months, a baby can roll over onto their tummy. That's okay. As long as you're still putting your baby on their back to sleep, if they roll over, they can stay where they're at on their tummy.
You don't need to flip them?
You don't. And that's something a lot of people get confused about. You have an 8-month-old baby who can roll over. That's okay. But they need to start on their back. And that's the greatest thing that parents can do to reduce the risk. Some of the other risk factors are more in the sleep environment. For example, babies should be sleeping on a firm mattress in a crib with nothing else in the sleep space. So really what the American Academy of Pediatrics recommends is a baby in a crib with nothing but a lightweight blanket if they need one and a pacifier if they use one. That's really important as well. Some of the other risk factors are smoking during pregnancy and secondhand smoke within the home. So if people don't smoke during pregnancy or don't expose a baby to smoke, they can also reduce the risk quite a bit.
So put your baby to sleep on their back. Mm-hmm. Don't have anything else in the crib other than the necessary, warm enough clothes for the baby.
That's
and maybe
right.
a pacifier.
Mm-hmm.
No smoking in the home. Mm-hmm. I had always heard to keep a fan on in the room also. And what about bumpers? Yeah,
these are some of the other things that can cause, risks for babies. We have overheating. The baby's room temperature is supposed to be between 68 and 72 degrees, no more than 75 degrees. So really between 68 and 75 degrees. So having a fan in the room can help not only with the temperature, but also to keep the air circulating, which is really important for babies who are at risk for SIDS. The other thing that you mentioned was bumper pads. People think that bumper pads are for protective reasons, but really bumper pads are also creating another risk factor. One, because there's not enough room for air circulation, and because something else that causes a risk for infant sleep-related death is accidental suffocation or strangulation. Anything extra in the crib can be a potential hazard of suffocation, as well as bumper pads. If a baby's nose gets up against that bumper pad, it's a potential risk of suffocation.
These are all such good questions and good answers. We appreciate your being here so much, and I'm sure that you have more. Viewers at home, if you do have more questions, shoot us an email at mycarolinatoday@wncn.com. Marta will be back with us in future weeks, and we'd love to ask her the specific questions that you have to do that. In the meantime, if you want some more information, you can get that at www.nchealthystart.org. You can also call the phone number 1-800-662-7030. We look forward to hearing from you, your questions, and Marta, we'll look forward to talking with you again.
Thanks so much.